Shout out to all my gods and goddesses checking out this video. I am C, the spiritual goddess, here with your pick a card love reading. Yes, gods and goddesses. Today we're speaking to my singles and we're going to have a real raw conversation on what's keeping you from manifesting your soulmate out there. So without further ado, I'm not going to make you wait. How this works is we have 4 piles. I want you to take a moment and go with whatever pile you're leaning with. I will have some symbols here and some crystals, so whichever one you feel drawn to, that's your pile. Once you're done, go ahead and meet me in the comments for your timestamps, guys. So let's go ahead and get into picking these cards. Alright, pile 1. So if you picked pile 1, you picked the blue aqua quartz here. So this is very good for healing. And then the symbol we have is dark man. So the symbol we have is dark man, right? And this is saying dealings or relationships with a man with dark complexion or hair. So this could actually mean like maybe you had a dealing with someone with dark hair, or maybe it could be literal, or you could be dark haired, man. But I do feel like that will only be for a small chunk of you. That'll probably be significant for a small chunk of you. So let's go ahead and get into these readings. So I just wanted to hit on some questions. Go ahead and put a number 1 in the comments if you had number 1, because I wanted to get into your tea. So the first question I want to ask Spirit for my pile 1 is, what is some of the lessons from your past relationship or situationship? If you never had a relationship, what are your current lessons that you're learning in regards to love? And it was very interesting because looking at your cards, I'm getting that you may have been in a situation when it comes to love where you never feel like it's balanced, right? You may be feeling like you're always giving more, but you're receiving the short end of the stick. I do feel like maybe your last relationship, you didn't feel appreciated, or maybe what you were taught about love had a really effect on your self-worth in a way. But within that, I do feel like the lessons that you have learned through all of that is, and I will hope if you haven't learned this, Spirit is saying it's very important that you get this lesson. Giving yourself to the right person, making sure things are reciprocated, if that makes sense. I'm getting for a lot of my babies, my number 1s that's watching this, Spirit is saying that it's important for you to express your emotions, but give a person a chance to prove themselves to you. And you have to also be the change you want to see, meaning it's important that you appreciate yourself the same way that you would like others to appreciate you. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into the second question, which I wanted to see, what are you looking for when it comes to love? Okay, so for a lot of you, and these cards are so gorgeous, it's so interesting. When I'm looking at this, I got the Rainbow Reviver, right? And then I got Sexuality. What this is telling me is you're looking for someone who's going to allow you to be the best you, someone who has the perfect balance. I'm looking at someone who allows you to express yourself freely, not just who you are by nature, but sexually. And I'm getting that you want an intimacy with this. Like, you want a more intimate connection. I could see you wanting someone who really, for some of you, you know, you may want someone who allows you to explore that part of yourself and things that you may not have felt comfortable doing in your last relationship. But you want, for the collective, you want to connect in a more deeper level, a more intimate level, a more balanced and harmonious level, if that makes sense. So that's very interesting, my power ones. I definitely see this is the opposite of what you've came out of. Now, with that being said, that's what you want. I wanted to ask Spirit though, what are you portraying to the world on the collective? You may want this, number one, but this is where we kind of get into a few things, because I'm getting that we got the cornucopia. This is, to me, someone who has it all, or this is the way they appear, like they have everything they need. They, like, it's really like, it could be plentiful in a way, but it could also be a double-edged sword to people who feel like they can't fit in your life, because deep down, I feel like you actually may come off one way, but you don't really deep down feel like you have that. It's like you're not comfortable and thankful for all you have to offer, or maybe you're the type of person you come across and that comes across to others, or maybe I'm getting, for a lot of you, you're the type of person that if I'm thinking about someone outside. So if someone outside wanted to come into your life, they feel like they have no place, because the way you portray yourself is like you have everything, you know. So you have to let people in. People have to feel like they have a place in your life, you know. It's all about balance, but you can't allow your past, and I'm getting this for a lot of you, to get in the way and make you so jaded that you don't let others in. Okay, so I wanted to get into the energies that's working for you. And we have the Pisces energy. So some of you watching this, you could have Pisces in your charts, or you may want to pay attention to where Pisces align in your chart. Maybe that could be a connection to your love life. But for the rest of you, what I'm getting is, what's working for you is your ability to really, I don't know, I'm getting for a lot of you, you're the type of person, you can really get in touch with your emotions. So I'm getting what works for you when it comes to your love life is continuing to do that. Tapping into your emotions. Really also getting in touch with your intuition. Because I'm getting, for a lot of you, you may be the type of person that you ignore a lot of the signs. And you very much may pick up and be intuitive and feel where this is going, or a person, before you jump into the situation, but you ignore that. So what Spirit is telling me is, for a lot of you, if you really get in touch with those emotions, also your manifestation work, really hone in on that side of manifesting your love. You know, I really do feel like this can work for you in your love life. And then I wanted to ask what's working against you. So we got the Mars card, okay? So you might want to look at where this plays a part in your chart, for those of you that this may apply to. But for the collective, I'm getting the sense of maybe in your past situations, like you jumped, because we got this like Knight of Cups. You're the type of person, you jump all in with your emotions, and sometimes you can let your emotions lead you, right? And Spirit is saying that, you know, your need to conquer sometimes, I don't know what I'm getting from my power ones, your need to conquer this, to conquer love, to conquer whatever this is, can be your downfall. And sometimes it prevents you from making decisions, sound decisions, and you walk into situations or into the fire when you really didn't have to, if you just took a moment to pause. Sit and pause is what I call it, where you just have that time, you sit there and you really get in touch with your emotions and what Spirit has for you. I definitely feel like for a lot of you, Spirit is saying you have to learn the mutual dance of love. Love is a mutual dance. In order for you to have balance, one can't move without the other. It has to work cohesively, if that makes sense. So So I want to ask Spirit what you need to heal in order to manifest your love. And we got consider your foundation. So this is very interesting. It says look at how committed you are to love. Because one thing I'm picking up for a lot of my Pile 1s, you can say you want this love and you want, you know, this rainbow reviver, someone who allows you to be free, someone who's one balance. But Spirit is saying, are you really taking the time and really doing the work, building that foundation so this person can come in? Because if you come off like you have it all, you have everything you need, I mean, where is this person going to fit in the grand scheme of things? So it's very important that you actually take some time out and really work on yourself and heal that parts of you, because that's just a defense. That I have it all is really more so a defense. So see why do you go there and start from there and start to unpack that, and that will help you actually attract, or actually be on the wavelength to attract your divine counterpart. Okay, so we got romance. And this says lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. So for a lot of you, I'm picking up that you may need to romance yourself. Treat yourself the way you will want to be treated. But I'm also getting, for a lot of you, when you get into this new relationship, or when you're out here dating, take time for romance. Don't just jump in so fast and be just ready to shoot the gun. Like, take time to date, to court each other, to really, really live in those moments before you make a decision, okay? This is your feelings here. You got to take it really serious. And then the last one we have is rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. And this goes all in with my message of staying in pause, taking that time out, really taking a break. So I hope this makes sense, guys. Let's go ahead and pull one more oracle card here. Okay, so we got new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So for some of you, this could be a new person coming in. For some of you, I'm seeing that this may be someone you have your eye on. And if that's the case, Spirit is telling you, like, you know, enjoy this moment. Take your time with this. But call in this love, guys. So I hope that made sense. Let me know if you have Pile 1 in the comments. Give me some feedback. I'm so curious to hear from you all. You guys, was this accurate? Let me know. And also, don't forget, if you do want to book a more personal session with me, a more personal reading, check out my site. We do have tons of reading there, including some love readings. So make sure you guys check that out at ceethebeautydiva.com. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button here. I'd love to see you on my next upcoming videos. Until then, all my guys and goddesses, don't forget to always rock your crown. See you in the next video. Peace. All right, Pile 2. Shout out to you guys. You've picked this crystal. I had this for a long time. I'm not sure. I think it's green aventer. Whatever it is, I know it's good for prosperity and making your wishes come true. And then you have a needle and thread as your symbol. So a sincere wish will be granted. So for a lot of you, you know, your wish of attracting your love will be granted. So make a wish. Alright, so leave me a number 2, guys, in the comments below. If you are Pile number 2, I wanted to really get into some real and raw questions here. So the first set of cards that I pulled, I want to ask Spirit, what was the lessons from your past relationship, the lessons from your past situationship? For some of you, if you never had a relationship before, what is just your lessons overall that you're currently learning or had to learn when it comes to love? And it's very interesting because I got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Four of Swords in reverse, and then the Knight of Coins, or Knight of Pentacles. And I'm seeing that for a lot of you, it's really seeing through the charm, seeing through the bullshit, That was one of the biggest lessons you had to learn in your past situation. I'm getting that, I don't know if you were with someone who was possessive. Maybe they were, if not possessive, they didn't want you to be seen as much. I'm picking up for a lot of you. I'm getting, it was a lot of insecurities there. I don't know, I'm getting that. Could for some of you, I'm getting like you're recovering and you're rebuilding from this situation and moving forward. But with me saying that, it was like you were looking for someone to fill these spaces, or you were with someone who wanted you to fill spaces that just wasn't meant for you to fill, honestly. You know, I'm getting someone who's moving from the wreckage and really rebuilding themselves up, because I feel like it was really hard what you really had to go through, number two. But with me saying that, I feel like with this Knight of Coins, this Knight of Pentacles is telling me is that you're ready for stability. You're ready to move forward in a way, like you're wanting someone and you're ready for, you're someone who's really kind of ready for a commitment. It's just that, and I feel like this last situation you were, but it's just like it was a lot, if that makes sense. So I wanted to go ahead and get into the next card to ask Spirit, what are you actually looking for in a mate, like deep down? And it was so interesting because I got forgiveness and then I got chivalry. So what this tells me, in the way, you want someone who's going to accept you, flaws and all, right? Maybe something in your past is really like a big deal and you want someone who's going to accept that, because maybe that was an issue in your past relationship. Maybe you had someone who threw that up in your face, or it could be one of those situations of you just want a redo of the past in a way, not necessarily with that person, but you want a chance to redo something. Maybe you grew up in a household where you didn't feel safe, or you feel like you want to relive a traumatic situation. But whatever this is, you want someone who's going to allow you to be you. And then with chivalry, this is giving me like you kind of want a traditional style relationship, whatever traditional is to you. But I'm getting like you want that traditional romance. You're very big on traditional roles in a way, kind of. And it could be romantically, like you're the type of person, like if you're a male, maybe you believe in giving flowers, or even if you're female, but you believe in really lavishing your mate and you want the same back, if that makes sense. Now, with me saying this, I'm seeing this is what you want. I do want to ask Spirit though, what are you portraying to the world? What are you portraying out there in your dating life? And it's very interesting because I got adjacent possibilities in reverse, and then I got fourth chakra, and this is your heart chakra, Archangel Raphael in reverse. Spirit is saying, even though this is what you want, this is not what you're portraying. You're portraying like you're closed off, and I feel like it's because you really can't let go of the past. There's a part of you that still feels failure in some way, that still feels down about the past, but you're portraying that you're not over it, and this is hindering you. Spirit is saying that, you know, you have to really work on forgiveness, forgiving yourself and forgiving this other person, and forgiving whatever this past transaction or this past issue is that you may have been feeling like that's been holding over your head. Even, I don't know, for some of you, I'm feeling like this is something even outside of you that had, it could be like just the way you're viewing things. But in order for you to get what you need to, like, it's so funny because like we got forgiveness and heart chakra. Like, in order for you to manifest this, I can tell you already, you need to work on forgiving and opening up your heart chakra to love so you can receive it. Because the way you're coming off like there's not many choices. For some of you, this could also mean maybe you're not coming off like you're single. Maybe you're having so many choices that you're closing yourself off, but in reality, like, you know, it's right there in front of your face. Or maybe for some of you, you think like no one wants me, and that's actually becoming a reality, but you really need to look at the opportunities you have in front of you. So that's very much, that's something. That's how you coming off, child. I'm just here to tell you. So I want to ask Spirit, what energy is working for you? And the energy that we got is Leo energy. So for some of you, you could be a Leo watching this, or you may want to look at your birth chart and see where Leo falls. And maybe that's where you need to put your energy in when it comes to your love life. But for the large portion of you, I'm getting that this is explaining to me that you guys, what works for you is the way you express yourself. And what I mean by that, when you express yourself in joy, when you really tap into like that childlike energy, like you look attractive to others. So Spirit is saying doing things that make you happy, that put you in a happy space. When you're not feeling like that, maybe go out and switch up that energy, because I'm picking up when you smile, when you express yourself, when you explore that actually looks attractive to others, whether you know it or not. So this is what works for you. Now I want to ask what energy works against you, and we got the Scorpio card, okay? So when I think about the Scorpio energy, I'm thinking about when I look at the negative aspects, I'm thinking, and while I'm saying this, the clock is, my timer clock says 919. So this is definitely a double confirmation for a lot of you. When I think about Scorpio energy, the negative aspect, I think about the obsessiveness, I think about the shadow side, I think about the secrets, the part of you that can't let things go. You know, sometimes Scorpios, they have a problem with letting things go. They have that vengeful side of them. And Spirit is saying this is what's not working for you. If you want to manifest love, if you want to be, you know, have your heart chakra open to receiving that love, how can you manifest that when you still have that hurt in your heart, when you still have that shadow side there towards the past? And Spirit is saying that's why it's important for you to really let this go, really work on activating your heart chakra, really work on cleansing that area so you can actually manifest this. Because I'm picking up that if you keep going into this energy, this is not going to work for you in the long run. So I want to ask Spirit, what do you need to heal from? What do you need to do in order to attract this love? And I got true love. This love is a once of a lifetime. And I don't know why I'm picking up, for a lot of you, you need to hear that, like, the person you're supposed to be with, this is a once in a lifetime situation. They're going to be everything you ever needed them to be. So let go of that past. Like, all that shit you went through is not going to hold a candle to what's coming to you at the end of the day. And I'm also getting that, what is true love to you? You have to really define, like, what love is to you. Just what is love? And then we got physical touch. So a tender touch can mean so much. So for a lot of you, Spirit is saying, I'm picking up like getting in touch with yourself in a way of having intimate connections with those. Getting out there and really exploring your body. For some of you, I feel like, you know, and when I say that, like, exploring your energies, exploring that energy of love. And really also, when you get with someone, I don't know, I'm getting like Spirit is saying, like, I don't know, for a lot of you, I'm picking up that maybe you need to do some healing touch work with your heart chakra. Like really taking a crystal, a healing crystal. So I like to like the selenite piece and holding it up to your heart chakra, or that area between your heart and your throat. I think it was Melanated Crowns who said this area is very good for forgiveness. So really honing in on that area. I feel like that can definitely help a lot of you. And then the final thing is, be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show that you care. Like, when you come across like you're not interested, the universe is only going to answer to that. So take your love life seriously. Put that positive energy out there, number 2. Speak it into existence. There's nothing wrong with manifesting that love you need and that love you truly want, okay? Your angels will support you in whatever wish this is. Whatever wish. So I hope this reading made sense, number 2. Let me know in the comments below if you had number 2 and what you think about this reading. I'm so curious to hear from you all. Also, guys, make sure you want to book a more personal reading with me. Yes, I do have love readings available. You book your reading with me at ceethebeautydiva.com. Until then, all my gods and goddesses, don't forget to always rock your crown. See you in the next video. Peace. Alright, pile 3. So the crystal you have is clear crystal quartz. Shout out to you 3. Leave me a number 3 in the chat if you did pick pile 3. And your symbol is flute. So we have disappointments in a friend or a lover. So for some of you, this could resonate with you. This could be something recently that your past that's really taking an effect on you. But let's go ahead and get into your cards. So I wanted to ask Spirit, what is the current lessons that you're learning from your past relationship, situationship, or if you never had a relationship before, just what are you learning currently in your love life? We have the 7 of Swords upright. We have the 2 of Pentacles, or the 2 of Coins in reverse, and then the 4 of Coins upright. I feel like some of you may have been in a relationship that was very deceitful. Like you may have been with a partner who kept you in the dark about a lot of things, or you may have felt like you were kept in the dark about things. I know this person could have been very manipulative, or the situation was very manipulative, even down with money. I feel like money could have been tied to it and tied to your value in some way for some of you. But I am getting that for some of you, this may have been an affair or a cheating situation in the past. But for a lot of you, I'm picking up like the lesson is to pay attention to your third eye, pay attention to your intuition. I feel like you're juggling this pile is like juggling their future in their past, or they were juggling for this. It felt like you were juggling this past situation, and Spirit wants you to learn to put down the fight and really put yourself first. I feel like that's what you're currently learning. Very interesting. Well, I wanted to see what you were actually looking for when it comes to a mate. So we have the soulmate card, which is very beautiful. It's butterflies here. Then we have compatibility. So all in all, you're looking for someone with the equal balance, whereas in your last situation it was like you were out of balance with the 2 of Coins, and we see someone juggling, but it seems like you were out of balance. With this one, you're looking for someone who's going to balance the scales, where you can finally feel like this is your equal. I'm getting someone who has similar interests as you. I don't know, I'm getting for you, having structure and balance is very important for you. Now, with that being said, this could be what you want, which is very beautiful. But I wanted to ask Spirit though, what are you portraying to the world? What are you putting out there in your dating life? How does others view you? Because you could be saying something totally different. And I got the door to value, and then the first chakra, Archangel Michael, which is root chakra, and it's in reverse. So what this is telling me, and this is why I'm asking my 3s if what you were taught about love was tied to money, or were you made to feel like you weren't valued? Did it have something to do with money? Because I feel like money could be a factor in your dating life, and it's like you're tying your value to it. Like you may portray yourself one way, but in reality it's totally different. Or it could be one of those situations where how people are looking at you, they're looking at you like this, like, you seem to be coming across like you have it all. Maybe you're coming across like you're secure even. But in reality, you show up the opposite than what you're actually saying. So, and I'm not saying this is the case of that, but this could be what's holding you back from actually finding that right person, because maybe you need to reevaluate what you deem as valuable, because money and just the things that's here, the tangible, and I don't know, I'm getting for some of you, maybe it's like everything that you want is more so superficial or has to do with financial. Maybe you didn't grow up a certain way, but Spirit is saying you need to look at the foundation of everything. You really need to get your foundation right before you can attract what you want here. So that's very interesting. So let's see what energies are working for you. I wanted to ask Spirit, and then I got the air card. This is air sign energy. So some of you watching this, you could be air sign. Maybe you want to pay attention to your birth chart and where air signs fall for some of you. But for the bulk of you, what this is telling me is your ability to adapt. Like air, when we think of air, it's adaptable. Your ability to communicate and express yourself. I feel like this is what works for you. This is what makes you attractive. Your ability to be open with your feelings, but also just when you're in your carefree energy, just when you're really comfortable. With that being said, let's get into what's working against you. And we got the sun energy. When we think of the sun energy, the sun itself shines bright, but the sun doesn't have to do much in order for it to be the sun. So that's one thing. And also too, even though the sun is the most powerful thing, it can be harmful. We see it with like drying up of crops, or for instance, and different things like that. Spirit is also, I'm getting this because I'm seeing Spirit is telling you it's okay to shine, but sometimes you need to step outside of yourself and not make everything is center about you. And I'm not trying to say this, guys, to put you down, but I'm getting like maybe the way you view things is just from your perspective, and you really need to step outside of that and stop trying to prove your value to others. I mean, people are just going to see it. You're the sun. You don't have to prove your value to others. Stop trying to explain and show that, and just let yourself be, if that makes sense. So I wanted to go ahead and pull some cards for what do you need to heal, or what steps do you need to take in order to manifest your divine counterpart. So I got receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is always a way to show love. So for some of you, instead of you always giving the light and shining, allow others to shower on you, is what Spirit is saying. You know, the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. So back from that past, from that trauma, get your energy back to love. When you find yourself in the negative, Spirit wants you to go back to that loving space. Okay, so I would definitely suggest working on your heart chakra. Also, for a lot of you, I didn't say this earlier, but you might want to work on your root chakra also, because that did come up. Okay, and then we have forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. So Spirit is telling you it will behoove you to let a lot of that past energy go, because that's blocking you from your future there, or it could be slowing down the process. Spirit is also wanting you to know that you have nothing to gain by holding on to past disappointments. I think that's why we got the first card of saying it's not about you. Look at things outside of you, because while some of you may be looking at this past situation from a victim standpoint of what happened to me, Spirit is saying you need to look at it outside of yourself and accept it for what it is and move forward for what you want in the present. So let me go ahead and shuffle some cards. I want to shuffle one more card. I don't know, I just got the urge. So it says true love. This is the romance of a lifetime, guys. So Spirit is telling you that, you know, to let go of the past. This is the love of a lifetime. If you guys, and I don't know why I'm just seeing this, like, if you only know the love that's coming your way, all of this other shit ain't gonna really matter. You get what I'm saying? So I hope this reading made sense. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this reading if you had pile 3. I'm so curious to continue the conversation in the comments below. Also, guys, if you do want to book a more personal reading with me, a more one-on-one session, I do now have services available for you to book. So go ahead and take advantage of that. Until then, all my gods and goddesses, don't forget to always rock your crown. See you in the next video. Peace. Alright, number 4. So your stone is the carnelian stone. So that's very, very interesting. This stone is very good for manifesting. I like to call it, for me, it's like it sweetens the deal for me with my manifestation. So Very interesting. And then we have your symbol is vine. It says seek out information that will help you. So that's what you're doing right now currently. You're currently seeking out information that may mean something to you. Okay, so let's go ahead. I wanted to ask Spirit, what were the lessons from the past, or the current lessons that you're learning from your past relationship, situationship, or just in love in general? So it's very interesting because we got a couple of reversal cards. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the World in reverse, and then the Chariot. I feel like the biggest lesson that you're learning is to conquer your emotions. Like, that's the biggest thing you had to really learn, and knowing when to move on. I feel like you probably was in a relationship that was very stagnant at some point, and I just see my number 4s having the courage. It took you a lot of courage, I'm seeing, to actually move on, to turn this wheel back around in your favor when it comes to getting out of this relationship. But I feel like the biggest lesson Spirit is wanting you to learn is knowing when to move on from a situation, knowing when to take your losses. Okay, I'm also getting Spirit is telling you to slow down, because I get for a lot of you, you have a tendency to jump forward in things sometimes. You could be a little hasty when it comes to things, and Spirit is also wanting you to slow down. That's another thing. Some of you might be a little hot in the pants. Not all my 4s, but some of you. And Spirit is saying that I feel like this can cloud your judgment in some form a lot of times. So I want to ask Spirit what you were looking for when it comes to love. And we got this card, Luminosity. And then I also got resolving conflicts, right? I feel like you want someone that's really going to bring out the best in you. I feel like you want someone that's really going to provide you with that peace. But for some reason, I'm picking up like you want someone to give you that love, empathy, compassion, and understanding. You want someone to pour into you something that you may not have gotten in the past. I'm picking up. This is something you may not have received in your childhood, or possibly in your past love relationship. That's very interesting, and that's what you're looking for. It's very interesting because I'm picking up someone who, like, you probably are at the point where you just like want to believe in love, but you had a lot of shit that happened, if we're gonna be honest. With that being said, I want to ask Spirit, what are you portraying to the world though? Because you can be saying this is what you're looking for, but what are you portraying? And then I have action, and then I have yin and yang. It's very interesting because when I was meditating on the energy, yin and yang for me is very much just being, right? We have yin and yang, and this is kind of what's the same here. Spirit is saying, like, you do come off very diplomatic, very much it is what it is, but I'm also seeing you're very much black and white in views. With me saying that, I'm picking up that a lot of your conflict that you have is within, and it does pour out when attracting the mate, because I feel like you may attract those dark parts of yourself, and that's the problem. That can be the problem on why you actually have problems with love, because you're looking for someone to pour into those areas, those shadows where you need to really light that candle yourself. It's like, look, this person is trying to provide light, but this candle, like, you need to light that yourself. You need to do the work. This right here with the stones and the crystals to me is representing spiritual work. So for a lot of you, this is Spirit saying you have to do work this time, number 4. If you want to attract this love, you can't just go into situations the way you've always been going into situations and jumping in and going ahead. If you want to really find something of substance, Spirit is saying that you really need to pour into yourself what you're looking for, and you need to resolve this conflict, because for some of you, I'm getting this could be from the past, this could be past relationships, or this could even be childhood, and Spirit is saying that no person can come in and do what you can't do for yourself, and that's just being real. Also, it's like you come off like you're really ready for a relationship, you're ready, but that can be a downfall at the same time, because it's like you're ready for action, you're ready to get this on the roll, but Spirit is saying you need to slow down, is what Spirit is saying. Everything is not black and white. If you took that moment, and I know I'm getting, for some of you, I'm getting the energy of maybe needing to slow down. I don't know, maybe with meeting someone, jumping in a relationship, could be jumping into bed. Maybe that clouds your emotions. It could be just taking a moment of pause. We talk about that here on this channel. It's so important to take that moment of pause before moving forward, because that moment of pause can save you in the long run. So that's very interesting. So let's go ahead and get into the next question. I wanted to ask Spirit, what was the energy that was working for you? So we have Capricorn. For some of you, you could have Capricorn in your chart somewhere, or you may want to look where Capricorn falls in your chart, because this may help you unlock whatever it is you're trying to manifest in your love life. But for the majority of you, what this is telling me is you are someone, because we got the Vine where it says seek out information that will help you. You're the type of person, you will actively work on yourself. Like, I feel like a lot of my fours is watching this. You're watching this and you're like, okay, you will get something and you will try to actively work on yourself if you're not doing that already. This is what works for you. Also, your practicalness, because I feel like you're very practical and objective when it comes to how you view things for the most part. You know, as long as you sit and pause, like if you sit long enough, I feel like you will be able to actually manifest this. Also, Spirit is wanting you to be practical on what you want in a mate also. Because while you're looking for someone to pour everything into this and build you, or like the term we say, build something together, you have to understand that y'all tools in your toolbox got to match up, okay? I mean, you can't wanting someone to really do all the work and you're not putting in anything. You have to actually be actively working on this and actively looking and checking yourself. That's what Spirit is saying. If you're not sure of something, if you feel like if you had failed relationships after failed relationships, ask some of your friends. Ask people around you who really care about you and see what they say. You know, make sure they come from a good place, but ask them. Because I do feel like if you seek out this information, you will get a lot of freedom and a lot of clarity with a lot of things. Maybe you need to book a reading with C. I mean, hey, I'm here too. I give you clarity on a more personal level if you guys want. So check that later. Alright, so I wanted to see what was working against you. And I have really Libra. When I think about Libra and the negative aspects, I think about the bending to conform. You know, Spirit is saying you don't want to bend to conform. You don't want to suppress your emotions for that other person and forget about yourself. Spirit is saying it's very important that you also balance your emotions and really check yourself and slow down. That's the biggest thing I got. Spirit is telling you, you have to find balance within yourself. This is not the time to be passive. Be impeccable with your words, speak what you want, and call in what you want in your love life. So let's go ahead and get into some oracle cards. I wanted to ask Spirit, what do you need to heal from, or what do you need to do in order to attract your divine counterpart? So we have love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So Spirit is telling you to not give up. Not give up. Don't lose faith. Don't stop doing the work. Keep enduring, because love endures. We also got slow down. Pause and allow things to unfold. It's just that simple. It's time for you to slow down. For a lot of you, if you are someone who you jump in relationships, Spirit wants you. I want to tell you guys, I don't know why Spirit is telling me, see, tell them to at least give it. For some of you, I'm getting 30 days, but for some of you, see if you like that person in 2 months. At least give it 2 months, y'all. At least give it 2 months of dating, not dating, before you see if you want to move forward with this person. For some of you, though, I'm picking up Spirit is saying that is going to be the key to decipher and stop you from these hard lessons that I'm sure you guys don't want to go through again. So slow down. For some of you, I really feel like you guys, some of you might need to cleanse, to really detox yourself cut some soul ties. And this is not just sexually. I'm picking up period. Like, you need to take a moment to really pause and breathe and be by yourself and get clear on what you really want. And then the final card is the heart of the matter. There's more going on that meets the eye. Always remember that, guys. When you meet someone, you meet their representative at first. That's why some people like to wait 90 days. I'm not saying you have to do that, but Spirit is saying to take a moment and pause before moving forward. For some of you, that could even mean not being so fazed by the physical. So let's go ahead and get into the final oracle messages. We got into some things, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. Let me know in the comments below. Let's get into a final oracle message. Let's see. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So for a lot of you, that moment of pause means, like we stated, detox, disconnecting from the world, getting yourself back in center, saging, getting yourself right and clear on what you want, and you can manifest that love of your life. So I hope this reading made sense. Let me know what you guys think. I'm so curious to hear from you. Number 4, let me know in the comments. Let's chat it up. Also, guys, if you do want to book a more personal reading with me, if you do want to get answers to your questions here, definitely feel free to book a reading with me. I do actually have love readings available there, so feel free to book one of those there. Until then, all my guys and goddesses, don't forget to always rock your crown. See you in the next video. Peace.